Today I have an LR Baggs M80 sound hole pickup. We're going to unbox this. I'm going to fit it into my J200. What I'm going to look at is whether I can use this as a non-invasive pickup. I'm going to clamp it into the sound hole and run the line out of the guitar, not through an end pin jack. And then I'm going to compare the sound of this pickup and my iRig Acoustic Stage pickup, which I've done a previous review of. And I'm going to mix those together into a file, and we'll hear what the difference is. First off, let's take a look at the pickup. There it is. So here we go. It has volume control and other features we'll be looking at. I'm going to look at the documentation and go through those and talk about them as I install them. There's the cable. It's designed to be an end pin jack. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to plug in directly to this from outside the guitar. And the battery and the documentation. Okay, we'll give it a try. So here's my J200. It's fairly easy to install. I've loosened my strings to make it a little bit easier. There are some features on this pickup which you need to look at before you install it. First of all is the clamping system here. It is hard plastic on hard plastic, so I'm going to be very gentle with clamping this on my very expensive guitar. I might even consider, if I'm going to keep this, putting small pads of felt inside there to clamp it on instead of just the hard plastic. It's fairly large. It's about 10 millimeters of space that you get in there to be able to clamp it down. There's the pickup control or pickup socket right there for the cable, and so you plug that in just like that. It is possible to unplug this while the pickup is installed, so you can take the cable out and leave the pickup in, because I'm going to be leaving the cable outside of the guitar. I might do that, but for installing it here, I'm just going to plug that in. There's the battery inside, and there's a switch here for active or passive. If you're going to switch it to passive, I would take that battery out so you don't run the risk of leaking. But I'm going to set it to active to get a better signal out of it. So let's see if I can fit this in here without dropping it like I did the first time. So it's good that it has this amount of space, because my pick guard and the thickness of the guitar top on the J200 is quite a bit more than normal. So we just snug these screws up and brings the small clamps up. I'm just going to do it very, very lightly, just so that we don't get any rattle. There we go. Now they ship with an extra, well, not an extra, an actual pull piece here for the B string, which they've left out. They say in the instructions that you don't need that, but they do send one in case you want it. There's also little battery clips in here, little Allen wrench, and the extra battery. It comes with a battery, but there's an extra battery included. So now, if I decide to keep this pickup, because this is just on loan right now, for trial purposes. If I decide to keep it and keep it outside the guitar, I'm going to replace this end pin jack with a better, more normal connector here, phone jack, and then I'll use it that way. But in normal operation, you'd have to put this through the inside of the guitar, drill a hole in your tail block, and install that way. I'm not interested in drilling this vintage instrument, so I'm just going to leave the cable out. So from now on, we're going to give it a try, plug it in, do some recording with it, and see how it sounds.